While we were down there, while the judges are filling out their sheets there, Ginger arranged a field trip down in Grayson County the other day that I had the pleasure of going on. And I just want to note that we toured a factory down there, MTD, right, is the name. And if you think this green movement is catching hold, you should go down there. It is unbelievable. We were all amazed at what they have done at MTD. They're an industry leader with what they've done. As recently as just maybe a few months ago, they were filling up a tractor trailer load of trash and things that went into the landfill every day. Right, Ginger? This tractor trailer every day. And because of this green movement, what they have done, they've reconfigured their packaging and all their use of cardboard that comes in, they're reusing it to ship out. They have gone from one tractor trailer a day to one every 3 months. So we were just really impressed with what MTD has going on down in Grayson County. Please welcome from Hardin County, Team Verde. Team Verde's project is performing energy audits on public buildings. I think you're in for some surprises here.
Good morning, I'm Jacob Wilson. This is Michael Wright, Stephen Klob, Julia White, and Alex Lane. The problem is the United States is the largest energy consumer in the world, using 100 quadrillion BTUs or 29,000 terawatt hours in 2005. That is the equivalent of 1,000 TVs being left on for over 400 million years. 94% of this energy came from non-renewable sources. As the graph shows, fossil fuels continue to be our main source of power. As we use more and more of these fuels, not only do we pollute the earth with greenhouse gases, we back ourselves into a corner with non-renewable energy. We also tighten the chain held around our necks by hostile nations who sell us our fuel. Since President Obama was elected, numerous bills have been passed to initiate a greener, more energy-conservative way of life in the U.S. According to the Library of Congress, there are currently 15 bills in legislation that will move us toward a greener future, many of which focus directly on building codes and energy-efficient appliances. This does not include the countless bills already passed. President Obama wants all the tools available so that we can start saving energy, saving money, and reducing our dependence on foreign oil. But the tools are only half the battle. Without the knowledge of how to employ them, these bills are useless. The government understands that this problem can only be halted by good leadership. But unfortunately, by the time these ideas trickle down to individuals and local offices, they're often stale and forgotten. According to the Energy Information Administration, the U.S. government alone used over 1,000 trillion BTUs of energy in 2008. This translates to over $200 billion in energy costs a year.
We visited 2 local government offices to demonstrate the problem on a local level. Both offices, A and B, were medium-sized offices where 20 to 30 people worked. In Office A, some lights were left on all night and during long lunches, outdated bulbs were used, and old refrigerators were plugged up and were empty. In Office B, we found that the computer's situation was similar. Personal refrigerators used in 4 offices and 6 personal coffee pots, and some were left on the warm setting throughout the day.
So the solution? Well, what we need is for the workers on the local level of government to take responsibility in order to change the situation in which they work. These simple changes can drastically reduce the carbon footprint by each of these offices. And if every government office became directly conscious of its energy consumption, then conservation would be second nature. But how do we inform them? Well, we would create an inexpensive booklet that can be put online and given to program administrators that offers many ideas and tips in saving energy and overall environmental consciousness. The booklet would also come with online resources for further depth of study. Once informed, these people will need an incentive to initiate these solutions. By holding each office accountable for its energy usage, we can reward the ones that take the greatest initiative and also save money. In executing the plan, first we must acquire all the energy bills for each of these offices spanning the last year. We recently met with the Radcliffe City Mayor, and she informed us that using an existing employee would be the best course of action. Someone in the Hardin County Attorney's Office, since that's where all the records are kept, and they would be responsible for both obtaining and organizing the information to determine each office's savings. Now, after initially putting these numbers together, every quarter this part-time worker would come back to evaluate the changes in energy consumed by each office. The offices would then receive notification on where they stand among the others in the county, not only keeping them informed, but keeping them mindful of the competition.
The next screen is an example of the energy savings projected from the 2 local offices we mentioned earlier. These savings could be found by using the tips included in the booklet we have put together along with the internet resources. In Office A, we found by taking small steps like turning off the computers at night and lunch, removing old refrigerators, and sealing the leaks around the doors could save this office approximately $500 a year. In Office B, we found by taking similar steps like removing mini fridges and turning off unused computers and removing personal heaters and coffee pots could save this office approximately $700 a year.
At the end of the year, the office that saves the most energy would be determined, and this office that reduces its energy use the most would receive an incentive of some form as decided by the county they're in. So not only will it save the county money, but again, it's providing a benefit for those who take the stride to go green. So the office, for instance, could get new Energy Star electronics in keeping with the green movement, or even a day off. These are things suggested by the mayor again. But either way, the office that took the time to save the energy will be rewarded.
We recently sat down with the mayor of Radcliffe to get feedback on our project. She gave us advice and even allowed us to audit City Hall. We have spoke on the phone with Joe Emery, Director of Radcliffe Chamber of Commerce. We contacted News and Enterprise about a possible story. We also have created a webpage on kystudentVentures.org. In addition to our savings, our program will be able to create, and we also have decided to sell the informative booklet we designed on our website. Its cost will be $5 and will also come with our contact information.
The overall benefits of this plan. It is extremely simple. No construction, large purchases, or huge changes needed. It is very sustainable. The part-time employee and cost of printing are the only expenses. It has unlimited potential for growth throughout the counties and even the states. Also, it causes people to become more energy conscious, and the effect of this knowledge will spill into everyday situations. The program can be imitated by private sectors, and companies like Target and Walmart can start to hold individual stores responsible for their consumption. The program itself has no ceiling. It can keep growing. Also, upon researching this plan online, we found that no program of this nature currently exists. It is extremely unique and can prove to be a beacon of light and pioneering the green movement.
So, in conclusion, the environmental impact that the human race has had on our planet has gone on for too long. And although this program presents a great potential for monetary gain, it's really not important. The money it makes is only important because it can sustain the program. Now, every ton of greenhouse gases that we keep out of the atmosphere is another few precious moments that we can sustain the Earth. So we must remember this Earth was a free gift, and that anything we can do to sustain it would definitely be worth it. Thank you guys for your time.
They did a great job. We had a lot of participants in Hardin County. What we lacked in some of the others in Breckenridge and Grayson, we made up for in Hardin County. So we ended up with 2 schools here, 2 home bases. Ms. Nall was over at New Highland, and Mr. Overall, who was the coach of Team Verde, was parked at Bluegrass, and they did a great job with their teams.